Welcome to a virtual night with the Susquehanna Art Museum. I'm Alicia Richards of ABC 27 News. I am delighted to serve as your host. Thank you so much for joining us for this momentous event. Susquehanna Art Museum has been an important addition to the Harrisburg art scene, presenting world-class art for more than 5 years in the Midtown location and with a rich 30-year history of exhibitions, education, and community engagement. Tonight, we celebrate the successes of the past while gazing forward to the future in this very different time. First, let's hear from tonight's Gala event chair, Nicole Conway.
In 2019, we held one of our most successful Night at the Museum galas, and we hoped that we would be able to do the same again this year. In 2019, we had great food, great fun. I wore a great jumpsuit, and we didn't have to wear masks. It was a great time. People were raising their paddles and donating to SAM, most of the money going to support the Van Gogh. So when I was asked to chair the event again this year, I thought, no problem. And then COVID hit, and then the reality really set in. And we knew that it was in everyone's best interest that we move this event virtually. So here we are. We hope that you are all at home right now, wearing something comfortable, but still having a great time, with great food, great drinks, and great friends. In postponing our event, we had to move one of our biggest fundraiser from our 2019-2020 fiscal budget into the next year. The Susquehanna Art Museum is still providing world-class art and educational opportunities throughout our community. And to do that, we still need your support. So please, raise your virtual paddles and donate to us generously. I want to thank all of the members of our committee, my co-chair Rod Kautz, and all of the staff members here at SAM for making tonight's event possible. And of course, thanks to all of you for tuning in.
Thank you, Nicole, for setting the tone for this special evening. You mentioned great food, great drinks. We trust you collected your SAM sacks at the museum earlier today, and you're sitting in your home or perhaps with close friends, socially distanced, of course, enjoying the great treats provided by JDK and some exciting beverage options tonight. Nicole's group had the task of guiding the museum through its first ever virtual gala event, and she thanked her gala committee. Additionally, there are two very special people who curated an extraordinary host committee for tonight's gala, the event's honorary co-chairs, Chris Baldrich and Dave Skirpon. And they asked me to send their greetings to all of you and hope you are enjoying a wonderful evening in celebration of the museum. Susquehanna Art Museum is very grateful for the platinum level sponsorship of UPMC for tonight's virtual gala.
We're opening up again, so you don't need to put your healthcare on hold. We're open to see you for in-person appointments. Open with extensive precautions for patient and staff safety. And open with rigorous cleaning and disinfecting at all locations, from emergency departments to primary care offices. We're open and can see you now. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
We also extend our thanks to Jack and Carol Scott, bronze sponsors for a virtual night with the museum. You may know Jen Zaborny as one of Harrisburg's liveliest supporters of the arts. She's the new chair of the museum's board of directors, and here's Jen.
My name is Jen Zaborny. I'm honored to serve as the board chairman for the Susquehanna Art Museum. The arts have been a lifelong passion for me. As an art student at Penn State, a painter, and now an interior designer. As a business leader and advocate for the arts, I know the important role that art plays in our lives. Art is all around us, and it says so much about what we believe, what we confront, and what we value. I'm so glad that you value the arts enough to attend our virtual gala. This has been a year like no other, and it has presented the museum with great challenges, but with great challenges come great opportunities. We can strengthen our community's bond with our museum and come out of this pandemic together, stronger than ever before. Thank you again for your support. I'm looking forward to growing our arts community here in Harrisburg and in central Pennsylvania with your help.
Thank you, Jen, for sharing your enthusiasm, your time, and your many talents with the board. We are looking forward to the great things to come. Tonight's event would be missing the mark of a true gala event if we did not have a special fundraising component or two. While Susquehanna Art Museum has a goal of providing you with a delightful evening at home, the principal reason for any gala is fundraising vital funds to sustain the organization. And this virtual event provides you with the opportunity to support the mission of the Harrisburg's only dedicated art museum from the comfort of your own home. Many of us are very familiar with using online platforms, especially in these pandemic times. Others of us, not so much. So a simple click from the chat room of either YouTube or Facebook chat rooms will take you directly to the place you need to be to donate right now. The museum's website, susquehannaartmuseum.org/events/virtual night, will also take you directly to the page where you need to go to make your contribution to the museum's ongoing work. Now, for those of you longing for a vacation or just thinking about the fun of travel to an extraordinary beach getaway, how about a trip to beautiful Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, donated by event co-chair Rod Kautz? Most of us are not really contemplating travel this year, so this incredible vacation adventure is available to you next year. Enjoy a week in Cabo anytime between May 25th and November 30th of 2021. Spend a delightful week in a one-bedroom suite at this family-friendly luxury resort and spa. It is a one-bedroom suite with ample room for 2 adults and 2 children. You can see the details in your packet and on the museum's website, susquehannaartmuseum.org/events/virtual night. The value of this fabulous vacation is $3,150. Our opening bid is $1,600 and it is easy to bid. Just use your phone and text your bid to the SAM bid line, which is on your screen. All right, who's going to open the bidding at $1,600 for this fabulous vacation? We're going to be posting updates in the chat rooms as bids come in, so keep your eye on the action there. Lots of the museum's plans for 2020 have had to be shifted around, postponed, rescheduled. One major shift was for a planned exhibit of the works on paper by the Norwegian artist Edvard Munch. In fact, tonight's entire gala theme was originally built upon a pop-up exhibition of his finest original works on paper, owned by John Zoki. You may remember John from his visit to Harrisburg last summer with his Picasso collection. Alas, our Munch exhibit has been postponed. Tonight, we're announcing that it's now planned in the Beverly and Bill Lair Gallery in 2022. Stay tuned for details on this exciting upcoming exhibition. We so loved our original gala theme, inspired by perhaps Munch's best-known work, The Scream, that we decided to retain the theme for tonight's virtual gala. I mean, honestly, in the past 6 months, who among us has not had the urge to scream at some point? Get your coloring postcards and Sam at the Marty pencils out for an art project with our own teaching artist, Nancy Mendes.
My name is Nancy, and I'm an artist, and I love making art. And I know that some of you might not feel the same way about it, but you will notice that there is a little art project in your Sam sack. It's a piece of paper with an interesting drawing on it. You may recognize it as a part portrayal of The Scream by Edvard Munch. And considering what we're going through right now, I thought The Scream was very appropriate. You have some colored pencils in your kit, as well as some of these renderings. What I want you to know is that you can do anything you want with this. You can color outside the lines, you can make patterns, you can make the sky purple or orange if you want to. It's completely up to you. There are no rules. I just want you to enjoy yourself. You can let your imagination fly. Just get out your pencil and look at it and color in any colors that you want. As you can see, what I did here is I kind of dreamed about a way that I would like to see the Capitol, which would make it kind of interesting. Something that you really need to know about art. This is a quote by Pablo Picasso. The purpose of art is washing the dust of daily life off your soul. So do have fun with this project.
Thank you, Nancy. That is great advice. Now, if you don't think using your creative juices to create your own visual screen postcard is going to be quite enough of a sensory relief, you and any group that may be assembled tonight at your home event might just want to let out your own collective scream. Go ahead, it might make you feel better. And so will going to Mexico. Bidding for that week in Cabo will end in 5 minutes. Check the chat room for the current high bid, and if you want to escape to Mexico next year, please place your bid now. We are coming to you from Susquehanna Art Museum, a gem in Harrisburg's art scene, as you know. Tonight, we want to show you what makes the museum tick and how it runs, and who better to do that than the very staff who do the work.
As the director of exhibitions here at the museum, my primary job is to coordinate and select all of the artwork that's on view. Sometimes that means that I curate individual exhibitions where all the pieces come from and the themes of the exhibition. And sometimes that means that I work with our partner exhibitions and individual artists to plan for traveling and solo exhibitions in our multiple galleries throughout the space. One of my favorite parts of my job is the diversity of the artwork that I get to handle. Because we don't have a permanent collection to draw artwork from to be on view, it means that our exhibitions are constantly changing throughout the year. So we are able to bring a diverse group of artwork throughout every year to the community of Harrisburg. That means that if you visit the museum multiple times a year, you're able to see completely different exhibitions here on view and have a new experience. We're always looking for new ways to bring different experiences to the community so that you're learning along with us with the artwork that's on view.
In general, my duties include creating and facilitating gallery experiences between students and other adults, any visitors who come into the museum. I would be the one that would be making connections as people are experiencing the original works of art to things that they do in their lives. Since COVID, the tours here at the museum have changed completely. We are beginning to offer digital tours. We had our first one last week where I talked with a group of high school students who were advanced art students and they were involved in series work. So we looked at the exhibit downstairs in the lobby. We talked about how those artists were curated, how they're installed, and their work that they're doing within their own bodies of work. Everything has changed, but we're finding new ways that people still feel like they're here taking part in what we have to offer.
As the director of the Van Gogh Museum on Wheels, I take this vehicle behind me to schools and events across the region. Our goal is to show art to people who don't normally see it, like students in rural areas and inner city areas as well. When visitors come on board the Van Gogh, they're going to see original works of art, and then also interactive stations, so they're not just looking, they're exploring. We have technology as well. Visitors love the 3D printing, the virtual reality. We also designed our very own Van Gogh app that allows visitors to create their own art exhibitions. We create new exhibitions every year, so people are always seeing something different. This year we have surrealism mixed with science.
Three full-time staff members do all the behind-the-scenes work that supports exhibitions in what are now 5 distinct gallery areas of the Midtown Harrisburg Museum building, plus a traveling museum on wheels, the Van Gogh, which Ross just showed you. We also staff a robust education program with minimal staff. The museum staff does a lot of work, carefully managing resources to bring the best new exhibitions and educational programming to the community. Museum Director Alice Ann Schwab will tell you how you can keep the exhibitions and programs of the museum flowing and growing.
My name is Alice Ann Schwab. I'm the Executive Director of Susquehanna Art Museum. My role at the museum is kind of like that of a juggler. I try to keep all the balls flying, helping to create an environment where our amazing staff can do their jobs effectively. Exhibitions, you've seen with Lauren tonight, they don't just happen. A lot goes into making an exhibition. Strong community support is a key part of our exhibitions. Now, $10,000 sounds like a whole lot of money, and it is. A $10,000 contribution will attach your name to one of our fine upcoming exhibitions at Susquehanna Art Museum. We're embarking on a new plan to bring more sponsors to the table with each of our exciting upcoming exhibitions. Modernism, Making Your Mark, Sun and Light. It's just a few of the exhibitions that are in the works. There's a sponsorship opportunity for you at the $10,000 level. We want you to be a part of our future exhibition schedule, and you can do it with a $10,000 investment. And by the way, that can be split up over several people. Education Director Tina Sell has told you that that term education has taken on new life in the age of coronavirus. We know that the excellent work we've started in creating digital tours and interactive online classes, it's just the tip of the iceberg. We need your support to continue with great educational programming. For $5,000, you can put a brand new educational tour in place in the coming year, allowing us to expand our reach even farther and wider in the community. Will you consider a $5,000 contribution to build an even stronger connection with this museum and the digital world? Finally, Ross and our Van Gogh will ride again. But for now, we're developing new ways to show the fabulous world of surrealism as a system, relating art to the world of science. The Van Gogh is a great tool for developing new ways to teach students, and we're very excited to have virtual Van Gogh tours at the ready. We're in the planning stages for a new Van Gogh, a new bus that will be outfitted with state-of-the-art technology. Commit to the future of Van Gogh with a contribution that supports this amazing seminal outreach activity of Susquehanna Art Museum. Now Alicia will tell you how.
Yes, it is very easy to donate to Susquehanna Art Museum's future exhibitions, educational programming, or Van Gogh by simply clicking on that link that's located in the chat room in your margin or in the margin of your screen. Donate tonight by making that click that will take you directly to the museum's website. You may make a donation of $10,000. $5,000, $2,500, $1,000, or any amount that works for your budget and your philanthropic vision for a world-class art museum right here in central Pennsylvania. There's never been a better time to contribute to Susquehanna Art Museum's future. And you can visit Sam at the Marty soon. It was actually one of the first museums to reopen after the statewide shutdown orders. And the spacious galleries offer the perfect setting for a soul-cleansing afternoon. Sam's newest exhibition, The Modernists, Witnesses to the 20th Century, opens to the public soon, October 10th. Visiting a museum is a great way to recapture that sense of normalcy that we've all been missing lately. It's also a great way to show your support for the museum and the arts in Harrisburg. Thank you all for being a part of tonight's event. We leave you with some clips from the museum's recent, well-attended, but socially distanced re-entry concert series. I'm Alicia Richards. On behalf of everybody at Susquehanna Art Museum, thank you for being here and good night.